Hello and welcome to another match of the 2022 Roulette Rivals World Championship. This time Group E match is up here between MrMike, the two-time RR finalist from the first and fourth edition of the tournament, and Gordiniroy, one of the most experienced casters and now players, with this being his third World Championship as well. It is going to be New York first, then Colorado. As always, it's chosen by the players, at least the first two maps, and the third one can be any of the other 17 maps this time around. Of course, we've always considered it a 18 map pool, but with Ambrose Island since late August, which is going to be now 2 months ago. The map pool has increased to 19. Gordy wants to get back to Red Dead 2. That's a entirely reasonable argument and reasoning, and of course New York should be quick. Colorado hopefully won't be any problems there, but worst case scenario is that it takes 30 minutes. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. And then we have a third map as well, which won't be the longest one, but I'll just keep the surprise until the next one. Oh, poor Gordy thought he has like the Roulette League or other Roulette Rivals constraints, and he couldn't pick Hokkaido every time. Well, he could, but we'll have to see how that shakes up for the other two maps. For now, we have Consume Poison as security guard for the Athena Savalas. I think it is the second consecutive Consume Poison kill that I've casted and seen. Yeah, it will be very straightforward up until there.
This is the vault.
Get Mateo's disc and the vodka bottle, but after that, setting up the poison will be interesting, because it's kind of specific. You don't really want to do that in a trespassing or hostile disguise, so we shall see how that happens. Of course, if they both get his first try, we will have a very obvious photo finish. Gordy is going to use a silenced pistol here.
Greetings, sir.
But is going back for Cheng, I would assume, because there's no disguise requirement here.
I never thought I'd see that happen.
So MrMike, after the restart, went straight for the vodka bottle, which seems more optimized at the start. And it's his task now to infiltrate the office in the top floor, set up the Consume Poison with the vodka bottle and poisoning the glass, and then basically just wait until Athena drinks it, which should be around the 4-minute mark for an exit of a 4 minute and 40 seconds in game time, but lots of things can happen here. Hopefully no delays are on the agenda today. That's a big whoosh for MrMike, and will no doubt lure Fabian there. Luckily for him, he didn't trigger second peekaboo, or I mean obviously that's the game mechanic that the other guard didn't turn around now. Mike got away with it, only one data disc, but 1 minute and 30 seconds, and he's up here. Mike with the peekaboo on this high security guard, and luckily the first peekaboo had worn off, which means he's more than fine to get this second disguise. And it was a really nice and strong peekaboo. The door can close behind him, so he gets the non-trespassing disguise, which is also crucial for this spin. And also this is the best guard because he is an enforcer for the other securities and has the key should Mike want to infiltrate. It's not required, but quite good. Now this is a risky part and would require, I think, at least one more coin distraction, which is what Mike is going back for. But he's not investigating, so it's the same situation with the head turn again. Although Mike inadvertently sped up Athena's cycle, which is going to be really important for both, because actually Gordy, of course with a bit better in-game time, he has Athena accelerated, It will be a bit tighter for Gordy, but both of them can still get this poison. The fact that Mike gets this conversation or monologue from Athena, I'm not sure if that's any delay or not. Mike gets out and now has green guns, both of them should and will. Gordy with the setup. Oh, this is going to be really difficult because Gordy decides to go and get back his disguise, but that's hostile area and the guard turns back. So that's the end of this run and it's all in Mike's hands. It would have been really interesting to see who gets the kill first and who finishes the spin first, because Gordy had one disc on hand, could have had the advantage, but we won't see it now. And Mike with a very safe approach is in the correct disguise but has the security very close by, so after Athena dies he can take the second disc. He already got the CEO keys. That seems fine here. Please do correct me if it was like 2 frames too early. It was a close one, but Mike is very obviously waiting for the click there. And Fabian on his way back. Gets the second data disc. Mike forgot the third one. That will be problematic, but I don't expect them to be any enforcers, and we'll be going through this door. But for whatever reason, that's a different key card. So we can't go through there. We'll have to keep dodging some guards, some enforcers. He shouldn't turn into an enforcer, but has to be very careful around him, since it's his boss. Oh, he didn't get the keycard. I'm sorry about that, because of course Athena was very close.
Command, understood.
So he only deleted the evidence and still has to wait for the third keycard, and now has to dodge some whooshes here. And I think at this point, yeah, with him becoming an enforcer, it's just the waiting game.
That's the last objective completed.
That's the last objective though.
The bank 47. Miss Hall will want to have a close look at that data.
And that will be an exit of a virtually first try. It was a very quick replan there, but just over 6 minutes of real time to get the first win there. And I don't see my link anymore. Maybe I have closed the admin page. Please let me get back there in time. There's the accept there. Sorry to scare you, Mike, a bit there, but got there in the end. So that's the first map finished. I'm the admin as well, so it will take me just a couple seconds to carry out this message, which is why I will not be as talkative. So Mr. Mike is on New York and the score is 2-0, and I think we can have our next spin at 11 past the hour. As it is tradition, I'll send the spin first and then I'll check if it's legal or not, because why would it be? Why would it make sense? This looks good to me. No fire to confuse me here. I guess I can spoil that much. We can always have the benefit of the doubt that Gordy is aware of the situation, that the spin has finished but wants to play it out. He has 3 minutes to do so, and the kill will happen in about a minute, so definitely has time to finish this one. Hopefully it's not the case of him not noticing. Okay, I've heard a delay from Ashton, who's playing another match, so I was a bit worried that it could be related to something else. Gordy will have the better in-game time here, but mostly because of the fact that he already got the second disc. It can just gets rid of everyone in this room. That must be satisfying in an otherwise awkward and finicky spin. Very unfortunate for Gordy. He had a very nice bolt set up there with the security guard disguise. Just of course it was just slightly bit too risky, or I mean it's not even close or risky. It basically just didn't work out with that guard noticing the kill or the Chang's body. And of course the second bullet made things a bit more random. But on to Colorado, both players with negative win rates, but both players with wins previously. And they have clashed in the past, so I ought to lock this one up. It's 4 Colorados on Mike's hand and 7 on Gordy's. And these players have played each other multiple times, twice actually. The more recent event was a 4-2 Mike win in RR9, but the Colorado was from RRWC 2021, so about a year ago in the group stage. They were mates in that group as well. And it was also a Mike win, 4-2, but the Colorado pick, or the Colorado map, was won by Gordy. Seven Colorados on my end as well. And 6 of them was the Gordiniroy pick. So he's definitely very familiar there. I'm more surprised about the fact that MrMike, who has 63 matches ever since the beginning of RR1, only has 4 recorded Colorados. We don't have the earliest matches. You don't see any replays of RR1 matches. He could have played a few more there, but obviously lots of experience on his side as well, just general roulette maps as well. So we have our spin here: Sean Rose Kitchen Knife as Explosive Specialist, Penelope Graves Electrocution as Hacker, Ezra Loud Sniper Rifle as Militia Spec Ops, Mai Pravati Loud Explosive Weapon as Militia Elite. This seems like a very loadout heavy spin there. The Loud Sniper is a mandatory addition to the loadout. There are no car batteries here. It's virtually no spots for natural electrocution. Don't want to rule it out completely, but for Penelope it's not too viable. I think it would be the greenhouse at the middle of the map, but it is going to be a taser there. The loud explosive weapon, well, it's always going to be a controversial one. You could use nitroglycerin there, but especially for Maya, you can box her with a certain, or following the certain chain load there near the garage, and the guy who's working on Torres's car, or the Torres kidnapping car. But it's most likely going to be 3 items mandatory here. Mike is starting without an explosive though, and Gordy as well, so it is going to be double nitroglycerin, and it's going to be really fascinating to see. West Breach, maybe quick replan there for something else. Yeah, Mike wants to open a door there, and Silence Pistol won't cut it, not without much nuts, so it will be now the Silence SMG to open that gate and get rid of those cameras. Either the evidence or just basically just this camera is the one that is really troublesome. Waits for the door to close, and now it's free to clear. Gordy with Hacker start, but virtually the similar approach here. Has 1 fewer firearms to bring, but all he needs is a sniper here. And that is stashed at the Westbridge agency pickup, close to the start.
You see what the hell that was?
Clipped by the camera, but I suppose with a bit of detour it can be taken care of as well. And yeah, these runs will definitely feature a Ezra KO, and it will likely not feature a Penelope KO. God is setting up the electrocution here now. Going to be this puddle after Penelope leaves the main house. Think that was a detonation already, or just holstering it. But this should result in a Penelope kill before the 2-minute mark, not long before that, or maybe around that. Same timing is imminent for MrMike, but I just don't see this setup yet, and could be something in the future. There she goes to the technician area. He doesn't have the hacker, so I think that's what makes him second guess the situation. That from suit start with the Ezra isolation seems just too much to do before that 2-minute mark. Although I was wrong about Gordy's timing, because from hacker start he definitely triggers Penelope's conversation about Iago and Gray, so it shouldn't be a 2-minute kill. But okay, rather 2:15. I didn't expect that one either. Very nicely done, and I don't see. Of course, it was red beforehand. I would need to double check that, but surely he didn't get a non-target kill because we didn't see the pop-up there. So I think he must have had red guns during the isolation in the basement. Yeah, Gordy was. Really shouldn't check my own vote here, but
Whatever.
yeah, right before the KO, Ezra found the body, but no panic was there. So that's still all good for Gordy, and a crucial first kill done, crucial second item received with the nitroglycerin for Maya. Kitchen knife as well. It won't be first cycle for Maya. It will be tricky either way. At least the Sean kill is silent and is fine, although you need something to open the tornado shelter for the Ezra kill. At this rate it will likely be the face mask. Both of them in the technician shed. Both of them waiting for Sean to count to 3. And crucially, both of them with a successful clear out of this room. Sean is down, explosive specialist. It's not the easiest disguise to get, but it rarely rips. It did rip, I think both Buff and Crudy today, earlier, so it's not a free disguise either, but not something too problematic either. Mike is looking to get the nitro as well. Oh, but this timing of the militia soldier is just... No way he's going to stand there. I'm not even sure who that is. Mike, in frustration, almost runs into this area investigator. So we'll have to wait a bit to get that nitro. There are other places to get it though. Ezra's shed, for instance, or the main house. Gordy going back with everything. He has the sniper, the kitchen knife, and the 2 nitros. It's nicely caught by blunts. And as a lead guard, next point of order is to get that mask. Little trouble with the enforcer there, but the 2 hackers are in the other room, so not a lot of delay there. No one seems to be... Oh wow, the elite guard is investigating the mask. I've never seen it before. Mike with his first kill down. Of course, lots of preparation already done, but Sean is eliminated first on his end. And we'll try again to get that nitro, but that militia soldier is still there. And I just cannot tell you. I don't even know who that is, which part of the map he resides in. But as explosive specialist, you can get the nitrogen. I did not know that either. So no problems there. Of course, the nitro once again for the Maya kill. You have to see what cycles work for them. But yeah, the box doesn't make it any safer. She can ragdoll out of existence and make it on top of the box, making it impossible to drag down and hide. Definitely something to sweat about for the last kill. It's 1 kill each.
Wait right here. Thank you, sir.
Both over 6 minutes of in-game time. But in the next 6, either of them could finish. Mike with waiting for favorable head turns there. Nice patience. And now only the hacker to get. Don't lose the taser, of course. But as always, that's nice to pick up first. So then Gordy. Explosive specialist disguise acquired. I see the kitchen knife as well, but that's not its next point of order because Maya is right here, ready to be isolated with the chain lure. It's a bit too early, so problematic to see. But we also have some developments on Mike's side. Penelope was made sick, but she's not going upstairs for the life of her. And there is no electrocution spot here. Ematic patch left or right, it doesn't matter, and as I say that, MrMike runs into the enforcers, is trying to figure out how to do this electrocution. It was not going to work either way, so I guess it's salvation in that rip. The fact that he didn't face the situation how to salvage this one. It might have been a restart either way, but made it a bit quicker, making it a very crucial gordiniroy lead. 8 minutes in his run, 2 kills down, Ezra down as well, and of course Maya was just isolated. He's going to get his elite back from this box, from next to his box. And important loud explosive kill coming up. He already has the mask. So this is basically the last big challenge. Because he already worked on the Spec Ops as well. This is going to be very tricky to see. He's looking for some angles, anything to kill her. It will panic everyone nearby. I think you all hope that she won't fall on top of it. She falls next to it. So it's very crucial, but cannot hide, drag. And it's full in such a frustrating manner. He couldn't grab her 3 times. And without that, it would have been safe. Incredible. Losing to Iowa. It's not the whole map, it's just the run that he's lost to it. There is no reason why it shouldn't have worked. It's a sketchy kill, but he made it as safe as possible. There is no other way to make this one work, not with this loadout. So that's 9 minutes out. And now Mike with a 2-minute lead, but he didn't attempt Maya either. He didn't hit up Maya, period. Oh boy, oh boy. So we'll be here for a while longer. But it's not really a problem for us, rather the players who are stuck with this very challenging spin, which was figured out by Gordy. Basically fully, because there's not much that you do after this. He had the mask, he had the Spec Ops and the sniper rifle next to Ezra. Oh, very close there, because the door was investigated. by the hacker. But no enforcing there for Gordy. And he can keep going, starting with the electrocution kill. And of course, Mike also had his frustrating restart, and also IO related. It's a bit more consistent, sadly, the fact that she wouldn't go to the upstairs bathroom, but rather just puke in that very random spot in the side room. But regardless, it's not too logical to get stuck there. Gordy gets the unlucky. He wanted to quick prompt there, but it's anything but quick, because he needs to pick apart the sniper and then place it back in the sniper. That's 20 seconds just for that. But not much has been lost there. And he can go get these backups next. Mike is also working on the disguise, which would be the explosive specialist for the Sean Rose skill. That's what he started with in his last run. Very nice 220 kill on Penelope. As he gets the spec ops. And yeah, on to further challenges here. I think there's not a lot of reason to change up anything here. Gord won't get the first cycle, but he'll perfectly time up for the second one. He will get the specialist as well. Oh, but this is going to be a peekaboo now. Sean is caught. Did that peekaboo very nicely. And that should be an isolation as far as I know. Without any ifs or buts.
Nicely done, 47.
Oh, but the body found on Mike's side. He opens the door when the roaming soldiers, militia soldiers, sorry, are walking past, and right when it ticks to orange and with 15 minutes to go, Mike with another restart. So Gordy looking to get this disguise, but the specialist found Sean before the corner subdue can start, so it is now a 15-minute spin with a slight MrMike lead. Well, of course, mentally it's not now when the spin has started. The players will be feeling so much frustration there. On a very, very difficult spin.
Be a buddy and see what that was all about, would you?
It's more loadout difficult than kill method difficult, but I think that's not to be underestimated. Players are always more comfortable starting with their own loadout and silent pistol, trank, crowbar, or just basically the usual items would make it so much better. I think for Mike that is still going to be the unfavorable puking spot. At least he finds it out right now. It's close combat hurt him, but doesn't even try to salvage it. He really needs her upstairs. Out with the emetic device and in with the seeker, so Penelope being second. It's more likely, I think it's guaranteed rather, that she will go to a bathroom. It is going to be the downstairs bathroom first, to my knowledge. Of course, it's just hard to tell with these distances. And of course the fact that even that side room is viable, I think it's only fine for certain suit-only Colorado speedruns, but otherwise I think no one would really mind if that wasn't a puking spot anymore. So Mike is back to isolate Ezra. It's the one straightforward part of the beginning of the spin. Gord is a minute and a half into his spin. Going for Penelope kill number 3. So there's of course no variation on Gordy's side, but MrMike with the double seeker. Oh no, it gets the soldier in this room and Penelope in the unfavored one. Mike can still science this one out. Probably just a different NPC to work with first, and then Penelope second will be that hacker. Hacker kill. Speaking of hacker, he is replanning to start as a hacker, which will make it harder on the firearm side. I think he only needed a seeker and a sniper anyway. And after this replan, crucially, he still opts for the nitroglycerin, and the fourth item will be a crowbar. So important replan for Sean, for Mike, which includes the Sean ISO at the beginning, but it won't be first try here. And Gord will try to get this explosives specialist again. It's really hard to say with this loadout. Oh, almost too late there. And that's the lockdown on Sean. Mike is in trouble as far as the seeker spot is concerned. Gordy gets it. Gets these guys without turning red. That's not a very well hidden Sean, but perfectly fine for this spin. And we are going to see an actual shredding, which is important for the spin because you do want to hide them both. Once the animation finishes, you can hide the second person, and if he had taken a bit longer, then that would have been the end of it. Gordiniroy. Nice new situation, and just before the elite guard appears, apparently I think it was Sean's guard, but he also didn't care about any of it because he had seen the gun before anything else. Wow, so after all this, Ezra is isolated already, and there's this Maya situation. A very tough explosion kill to get. Mike did very important Penelope kill down, and this can be his last run. This will be his last run, I dare to say, with 9 minutes to go and one kill down, 3 to go. Just in time before Sean finishes puking. I think this has been a really good showcase of the double seeker strategy. The guard is coming. How far will he come? He won't come any further, but it would still be best to subdue, yes. Mike pacifies Sean's one personal guard. And should be good to leave this house with 2 isolations. No, I think Ezra is going. Of course, Ezra can be isolated at different places at different times. So it still seems like... Oh, no, that's a bit difficult, but it still seems like that both can still finish this one. Difficult for Mike because investigation is now... Distraction is now being investigated. Penelope has been found. Don't expect an alarm here. But who knows where she will be dragged, and that's seen from our side. Mike with 7:30 to go, I think that's the end of it, but he can still include one high risk run, just in case he can get it this late in the run. You can do Colorado spins in 7 minutes. Difficult to say if it's possible with loadout like this. Gordy 2 kills down and 2 to go. Oh, that's an enforcer and he runs into it. And that will be the end of Gordy's run for sure, because he is not looking to... I mean, I can just say the same for Gordy, but he has been so well set on this 9 to 11 minutes run that I don't see him speed this one up. It has been so nice and methodical. Just not going to work out unless the daily spin or the Captain Hindsight, yes. Situations. Well, one last go at it, and with both players still attempting it, as long as one player is attempting it with real chance, we have to keep going there, but Mike gets spotted there, 6 minutes 15 to go. And yeah, I can really understand the situation. To me, without experience, the fact that Penelope is found and dragged to some random location, why wouldn't it be the Sean ISO? The spot of the Sean ISO where he is dragged, she is dragged. Sadly we won't know, and sadly we won't see a finish. Gordy gets really close on that guard. I think that's a hacker rather.
Huh? You need help. Excuse me, I think you forgot something. What the?
So we are now just looking at the last 5.5 minutes. And the 4 kills that have to be done. There he goes, the technician investigating the electrocution for Penelope. The problem here is I think with the detonation, the technician will walk back first. I think that's why you don't see detonation.
Graves is down. Excellent work, 47.
Mike with the penny kill. But 3 to go, and this enforcer to wait for or dodge or anything. In the red territory now. And it's just really hard to say what can be done here. Especially with Ezra outside and moving. The Maya kill almost has to be live, in a sense that Mike could take the elite disguise. Oh, wherever is the guard right now. Oh, it's him. But now he's not going. Excuse me. Yeah, Mike ideally would take an elite, militia elite and the nitroglycerin and somehow get this Maya kill by the 3-minute mark. And then that leaves him with 3 minutes to get the other 2 kills, which involves one loud Sean kill. The agency pickup is at the other end of the map. I've been usually trying to hype this one up for last second finish, but I think both players would need at least 3 more minutes besides the 4 that is remaining.
What's going on? Okay.
Which is going to be really sad then. And it's a body found anyway from the elite guard, taking too long to check on Sean. So it is now definitely a non-finish from Mike. He will keep going. I also want to say for his own sanity.
Oh no.
And Gordy with the second isolation and the second kill soon if there's a chance to get the explosive specialist disguise. It worked the last time around, it didn't work the first time. So the 50% strike rate, it is unsure. It seems okay for Gordy. Has the disguise, the kitchen knife from before. So that's 2 kills down and 2.5 minutes to go. His problem is that Maya is walking and that the cycles don't line up.
What's this I hear about a training accident? That would be Burgess, the sharpshooter. Point man in the Mexico operation.
So I'm just going to start working on the next message because it will happen in the next 2 minutes. I mean, there is no tiebreaker, but we might see a 3rd kill by Gordy and Mike maybe ending up on 1 or 2. Generally, it feels like Gordy was closer to the finish, but the first major run was by Mike, which ended when the emetic device was placed in the main hole, and Penelope just didn't go where he wanted. Minute and a half, and now I can mention that players were talking about the members in chat were talking about the players' picks and the fact that Gordy sadly didn't think or didn't get to choose Hokkaido, or maybe it's just something that he felt more comfortable, and I don't know for certain. But there was some displeasure or disappointment that Gordy didn't pick Hokkaido. Well, he got the Hokkaido pick anyway as the RNG map 3. That's what I wanted to say in way too many words. That after all we do get a Hokkaido, just not as a picked map but the RNG. Yeah, realistically I think it is 3 more minutes that Buddy found is on Ezra, who's coming back, right? I'm not even sure anymore, but the way it worked out is neither players are close to their run. So it is just a tie here. I call a draw and we go to Hokkaido. And yeah, this seems good to go. So yeah, the funny part is that Gordy does not miss out on Hokkaido, but it's not going to be the 2nd map of his pick, but the 3rd map to decide the scoreline. Of course, every point matters, every map matters, but we can still have the 2nd 3-3 tie of the tournament, or Mike with an impressive 5-1 win. Or obviously we can have a tie again of the photo finish sort or the no finish sort. We will find out in the next spin starting in just 3 minutes. And this is another map where previous experience against each other is noteworthy. The Hokkaido was in their first match, so where I said that it was the Colorado win by Gordy, it followed a Hokkaido win by MrMike in last year's World Championship. I think from that group, I think that was a funny situation because Gordy was set to advance, but Red Fox didn't show up against him. So the call was by him to just remove the results from there, or well, not his decision, but also admin decision to forfeit Red Fox from the group. And I think it was Gordy's last attempt to catch up to Papa Levy, but he couldn't without a match, so Gordy finished 5th there, but won everyone's hearts with the decision. From that group, MrMike advanced in 2nd place last year, won by T-North. That same group for them this time around, and it's kind of the group of death here. It's just talking about the names here from first seed to last. It is Pijero, Kei Kaneta, Gordiniroy, David Red Sox, MrMike, Shashin, Rastal, and Superman Seed. And these are 5 very experienced names. PG, of course, the RR champion from RR8. Kaneta, David, and MrMike all RR finalists. Gordy with, I almost want to say now, top 10 experience in terms of matches. Maybe I can see that. And not quite top 10, but the 12th most experienced player in RR history. So there's him. Rastal is a very impressive rookie, beating Pijero already. And of course Hashashin with great results there as well. Not so much regular RR experience, but he's done well in last year's World Championship as well. So these are the stakes. Top 4 will advance again. But will they be both of them? Will they be just one of them? Or will both of them? They have to reach the cutoff. I think this will be really important 2 points to get as well. For the rest of the tournament, 5 seconds until the last spin of the tournament. Of the match, sorry, but foreshadowing, I think that is going to happen. But for now it is Eric Soder's Electrocution as bodyguard and Yuki Yamazaki Katana as surgeon. Well, Katana, of course, the two katanas on the map are next to Ninja Start, if you... Yeah, sorry Yanni, sorry everyone, Yanni is right, it is the last match of the tournament. The first and the last tiebreaker, just to use some more inside jokes there. But yeah, the two katanas, the one next to Ninja Start, which only spawns when you spawn as a ninja, is not going to be viable because it is a surgeon spin. And for that it is almost imperative to get or use this start.
That is Eric Soder's
We have to see.
at the ICA.
They are taking different routes, but I think, yeah, they are going back to the Spire area and the resort. I think very importantly, Gord a second ahead or second quicker with his routing, basically making him the winner. I think from this point might make most sense to use Seeker's Chance and get her in Portman's room, because it seems like, yeah, with the director enforcing it all, might be just a bit too difficult to do anything else here. And of course the katana, the other katana, I'm not sure if I talked about it, but it's in Yuki's suite. So it very nicely lines up with the Matic strat after you get the bodyguard.
Director, nice to see you.
You can just get back to the seat.
That is Yuki Yamazaki.
Only one seeker on each side so far.
The Yakuza and current operative
Gordy with a
performance.
remote isolation of up to 3 people, because she will be followed by the 2 guards. And no troubles there of the chaos. I can only assume that that will keep green guns, since it is an instant detonation. MrMike will prefer to just make the other guard sick, which means that only one is remaining. And yeah, that's the red guard body found. It wasn't instant, it wasn't at the same time. The guard saw Yuki, so that's a restart. So now Mike, with an almost 2-minute lead, can get the katana.
You know, even with the added security, this is the most
He'll be able to get the Yuki kill.
Miss Yamazaki yet.
And he already has the correct disguise for the Soder skill. The only thing that can be troublesome here is the amount of key hackers one has. Don't really have the whole of his run in my mind. I think he used one here. I think he didn't need to use one before. And you never need more than 2 for electrocution. I think you will be allowed in the first room where you override the Kai controls. So I think Mike should be fine. RRWC groups, Google. Oh, yeah, you're right. Quick fix there, I think. I think it sparkles. So it's just some fixes there. Oh, Gordy gets the 100% whoosh there, but Gordy is now fine. I think he will try the same duck again. But even if this works out, it's likely to be too little too late. Because Mike has the screwdriver and the evidence deleted, has the necessary last key hacker to enter this room, is able to sabotage the defibrillation system, and once the countdown is on, we can get the second and last kill of the spin. Sadly, Gordy's second try didn't work out either, so it won't really be close anymore this match. And just a casual stroll to the snowmobile exit will be a 5-1 win for MrMike.
Working through the night a few days ago.
Just a very smooth first try there from Mike, which would be very closely matched by Gordy's ducky attempt. It would really just come down to the nuances, and I suppose if it is quicker with the duck isolation, I think it would be really close there, but MrMike 2-7 with a 4-2-7 takes the third map and gets 5 points in total in this match. Should be very important in his campaign to stay in the top 4, to advance from this group. And let's not waste any time because we have 2 more matches here. That's the multi-twitch, which is now outdated. But interacting quickly, here is Group E. I suppose, well, I do need to check where Mike was before that. Mike was on 6 points already. Does this look right? I will send results again, just in case. By my calculations, he should be in 11, so there you go. Pijero 18, MrMike now 11 after 5 matches played. He will still need a couple more wins. Ideally, he should win both of the remaining matches to advance from this group, because 11 is still not quite enough after 5. Gordy is on 5 after 4 games, so with a win, he will be in the similar situation to Mike, but I think in general, with Pijero, Rostol, Kaneta, David and Hash, it is going to be the toughest group to advance from, and hard to say how many points are needed. I would say that you would still need at least 20, but we will know more when more matches will be played. So do we know anything about the other games? I'm going to raid Crudy here, because his match is guaranteed, or his match is not in the third map, while the other match is now on Fraud7's channel. So you could also go to Fraud7's cast, and yeah, that should be it. Thanks to the players showing up, and very unfortunate about that Colorado, but nice plays on all 3 maps. And thank you everyone for watching. Until next time, bye bye.